Hello and good, fine Saturday morning to you all. I hope you guys, let me start off with this because I don't say this enough. Thank you for being a member of our show. And like and subscribe I never say that. What's the matter with me? You know, it seems so simple to talk about. But anyway, if you like it, thumbs up it. If you don't, and you put a thumbs down, that's cool too. I really like that. But explain why you don't like it. Because there's a lot of people that have really helped me improve this show through those ways, right? Yeah. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about influence and what an influence you and I are now. When you get the big picture of money, a little background, I know most of you already know this about me. Big money thinks differently than little money, all right? And it's not that they're evil or terrible people or doers. Many of them are, but many poor people are terrible people too. So, let's just stay there with this. What happens is when you start to see the momentum, we talk about on this show a lot, that S curve. When you start to see that momentum building, see, the politicians and the powers that be and the power above the politicians have to succumb to the desire of the people or the obviousness of the next move of mankind. They have fought crypto like they've never fought anything before. I mean, honestly, it's been a barrage of like ignorance and paid politicians spewing stupid and directors of SEC flat out lying. I'm sorry. Those are half of what comes out of that guy's mouth is a lie. It's like, who do you think you're like, what, really? Really? We're not, come on, man. We're not going with that story again, are we? How many, decades are you going to go with that same story? I mean, until the day he gets promoted, I guess, he's going to be the next, treasury. Who knows where that guy's going. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. What I'm talking about is you and I and power and prestige. What happens is, I don't know if you've noticed, but all of these politicians, more and more and more, it's like you're either on the bankers take camp or you're pro-crypto. And that's kind of where we're at right now. And that's this butting of the heads. The rams are colliding in the, Alpine valleys. That's what's happening right now. But they're losing. They're going to lose this battle. This is technology. This is code. They can't stop it. And they would do well to understand that one day. So you and I are now having political backing, financial backing, monetary backing. Very, 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 very important people are now on the bus with us. We used to just be you and I and some other guy on the bus. Just normal, common guys, and then all of a sudden there's more, and then there's more, and then and you look around the bus and all of a sudden there's famous people on our bus, and there's like, not that they're important, I've worked for many famous people, and yeah, they ain't all that. I'd rather hang out with you guys, to be honest. But anyway, all these people, these influences coming from every walk of life. I'm talking nation states. I'm talking 3-letter agencies. All of them are purchasing, buying, getting in before it consumes them and overwhelms them. Those people are now in, I'm not going to call it panic mode, but they're in the mode of we better get out ahead of this before FUD comes in, before all of the, all the FUD hits people. And it's that D in FUD, that doubt that they're always trying to plant. But when their FUD runs out, when their FUD meter, goes from 11 to where it's been for the last decade and goes down to, 2 or 3, they're in a lot of trouble. They're in a lot of trouble because they don't have too many more lies about the fact that they've allowed AI technology chat. They've allowed chat to blow up. They allowed Uber to blow up. They allowed all these other different techs. Yet they've had their thumb and their boot on the neck of crypto. The stuff you and I own. Why? Let's get back to prestige. You and I are the future of monetary wealthy families. All you need to do is look at how many people own crypto and how poor we all are, and how that's going to significantly change. When we go back to the S-curve and you start looking at stuff, you throw a Bitcoin or an XRP on an S-curve and you look at that thing and it says tens of millions of dollars per coin, and you're sitting there going, well, that's just not realistic. That's because you're bringing your past into today's thought, but on a chart, that's exactly what it says. And who is buying all of that? The people who actually have the billions of dollars. So why wouldn't it go to tens of millions? That's where it's headed. I don't know when. I don't have a crystal ball, but I do know it's going there. I don't know about 10 million. Probably not in my lifetime. I don't know. Who knows, right? However, I'm gonna say the power and influence that is being created is now going, it's great. We have lobbyist groups now. We have people that believe in it. We have candidates that believe in us. We have support, not just monetary. Hey, I get it. I got it. The light bulb went off. It clicked with me. I totally understand what you're talking about now. I'm in agreement with what you think the future of monetary movement, being XRP, and the future of stable coins, and the future of generational wealth that is being secured by coins like Bitcoin and many others. So what does that enable you and I to do? Well, let's look at the 100 million or however many people that own small wallets are going to become the next nouveau riche, right? They're the new rich generation to some degree, right? The ones that don't sell too early or manage their exit strategy better than others are going to have the future of wealth. But remember, the future of wealth is not in cash, right? I talk about that all the time in this channel. I have to tell this story. I was listening to another guy and he told a story. You know how when you know something and you know it really well because you've heard from somebody that you really trust and you really like, and then you watch a YouTube channel, maybe like this one or many others, and he says exactly what you already kind of knew, and it's confirmation completely. I was listening to this guy, and I'm not going to post his channel or anything down here. I'm not a huge fan of his show, but it was kind of a cool concept. So I clicked on it and I was like, wow, okay, I want to really look and see what this whole AI thing is. You know, writing code was kind of the strategy. It really wasn't even about crypto. So I'm kind of a tech geek in that sense. I really love to listen to stuff. I used to listen to hours of MIT crypto discussions, and anyway, it's really deep stuff. It's fun though. I mean, I find it fun, and not everybody does. Put most people to sleep. Put me to sleep many nights. So back to the story already. So this concept goes like this. Back in 2017, there was a bull market, as many of us know, and I was part of it. And that's when I really my first year in crypto. And what happened was there was mega bucks. Okay, you don't spike a market with as few of public that knew about crypto in early 2017. From less than 1,000, it was $888. Those of you who are Cliff High fans. $888, and it went to almost $20,000. That purchasing was done by 3 or 4 mega groups, you could call them families, organizations. All of that purchasing did not come from Tom, the UPS driver. Okay, that's not where that purchasing came from. And that group never sold their coins. This is a theory that I've kind of heard the same theory before, so it kind of rings a bell with me, right? So they obtained hundreds, if not millions, of these Bitcoin. We can see the wallets, you can see the big wallets, you kind of know that they accumulated. And a lot of these wallets, one just the other day, I don't know if you guys saw this, one that had purchased its coins anywhere between 50 Bitcoins, 50 cents and $3, just sold a bunch of coins. Okay, a lot of these are people selling coins to other wealthy family, right? So it's wallet to wallet. It's very difficult sometimes for the exchange, almost impossible, in particular exchanges, to understand that. But people are always asking me, well, how do the over-the-counters get all these coins? It's like exactly like that. People contact me or other people, hey, I know a client wants to buy $10 million worth of Bitcoin. How do I do that? You know, I don't have huge connections in that manner. I really don't. So don't call me with that one. But like, I know people that do and then have in the market. His theory was these bots are slowly selling into the market, so that way they don't change the market too abruptly, and they're going to do these dumps of all these millions, if you will, coins, hundreds of thousands of coins over the next few months as they see this being the next big bold move. It certainly would play out, certainly does make sense, because there's a whole lot of purchasing being done and there's a whole lot of money being pulled out of Grayscale, and it's being the wealthy of the world are now being educated as to the fact that, hey, you might want a bigger allocation than 1 to 3%. I've heard 25% out of BlackRock recently, and then a good friend of mine said, no, actually they said 28%, which is, wow, almost a third of your monetary wealth going into Bitcoin is crazy. I understand it. I totally get it. I can't think of another asset in these trying times other than maybe precious metals. And to all those people that think I'm down on precious metals, I'm really not at all. I thought I might bust this guy out. A couple of you probably even know what this guy is. I do prefer silver. I just do. And these are, everybody has a different angle on silver. I know I'm bouncing around here a bit, but people say, no, just buy the silver, don't buy the liberties, this and that. I've always bought both. So just depends on what works for you. While I'm on this, somebody asked about this. If you ever see that red phone ring, you will see this man jump, and then the screen will go black because you can't hear what I'm going to be talking about over there. All right. That's a direct link. So let's just leave it at that. Okay. So what does this all mean to you? What is all of that, Allan? Who cares? These big guys, they don't mean anything to me. Well, I'm going to explain what it means to you. What it means to you is you're about to be the big guy. Many of you. I don't even care if you have 100 XRP. If you hang on long enough, it's generational wealth is coming to you. Influence. I don't care to influence another human being's life, and many of you probably don't either. But the influence, what I mean by that term, is the power that it generates. Let's stop and think about a couple things about, like, I heard a survey not long ago that was like kids were in grammar school. They were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they all wanted to be YouTube stars. Well, I'm certainly no star, but I have a channel, and I would say you might want to shoot a little higher than that. In my opinion, you want to be a mega crypto owner. Would be in the future a whole lot more lucrative and probably a better position in life. Now, when I say that, I mean that in this sense. Let's look at the 100 million people, or however many people own a wallet of crypto today. And let's look at the other, 8.5, almost 9, no, 7.5, almost 8 billion people who don't have a wallet, who are going to have a wallet. Let's get back to the S-curve. That's when you look at an S-curve on a chart, it goes parabolic forever. Years. Okay? That's what happened to the cell phone. That's what happened to the car. That's what happened to the bicycle. That's what happened to everything. Okay? It's the network effect. And the network effect is not in the dollar. The network effect is not in gold or precious metals. That's not a network. Okay? The network is in crypto. And I like to talk about this, but the top 20 coins, and I don't care which coins you own. If you own any of the top 20, pat yourself on the back because you crushed it. And what I mean by that is you're going to be the new powerful wealthy if you play this game right. And when the world, the tide is coming in, there's no way for them to stop this. They look like fools now. Okay? We're making directors of 3-letter agencies look like fools and politicians. Look what John Deaton's making her look like when she gets up and talks negatively about crypto. It's laughable. People are like, what is this old lady talking about? I mean, like, even people that don't understand crypto, they're like, why is she against it so much? You know? So, and they get it. People are now getting it. That tide in our influence is going to start occurring. And if this bull run comes out the way I think it's going to come out in the next year or two, and I don't care if there's a stock crash. I really don't. I really think that a stock crash is going to add more money going into precious metals and crypto. That's what I think. Will they take a hit? Of course they will. And they'll level off and everybody and their brother will be like, well, it didn't go to zero. I'm buying in because I'm not buying stock. I'm tired of the stock game. That's my dad's game. That's grandpa's game. I'm tired of bonds. I don't want any part of that crap. I'm going forward. I'm going with crypto. I got returns. I started to see wealthy people appear around me. What's going to happen when a man like Brad Garlinghouse, which could easily occur, him and 2 or 3 others, as you guys know, could be the wealthiest man on the planet? He could surpass Elon Musk, in a month or 2. I know that sounds crazy, but when you look at an S-curve chart and you throw it on there, and then all of a sudden what happens? All those little kids in school are going to go, oh, wow, wow. I mean, I really like the electric car guy, but this guy bought crypto. Wait a minute, I can buy crypto. I can buy a doggy coin or a kitten coin or whatever's going on by then. And I'm not bagging on those because I've owned a few in the past and may or may not even own some more of those. But you get my point. The influence of money that is going to come, the influence of power, the influence of governments buying these coins, all of these networks has a massive network effect. That network effect is going to become standardized, and then it's going to become everyday man's life. And then you're going to be the one that had it way back when. And that difference in your life is influence. You're going to gain not just friends and family notoriety. We are going to gain a position at the table, a plate at the table. We're going to be the people who are going to say, oh, well, we have to check in with that counsel. Those people, what do they think? They were the ones that got that right? Like the oil tycoons ruled for 100 years in this country. Think about that. 100 years those families have ruled because, they found oil in the ground. And they bought all the land around it. The Saudis rule because they got a commodity out of the ground. Think about that. These people, you and I, are going to rule the next 100 years in a manner that's going to blow your mind. It's amazing to me. It's the opportunity of your entire lifetime. It's the only time in my whole life I've ever wished I was 25. I don't wish that ever. I'm never that guy. But I mean, to watch this unfold over the next decade or three is just going to be... People, we are influencing the money of the world. We're changing the way it moves, and we're changing who saves it and why they save it. And let me refrain back to the story I was telling about the man. Do you know what the number was of the people at the top of purchasing within the next year? 1 trillion. And you say, well, Allan, that's not all that much. I mean, what's a trillion but amongst friends anymore, right? Trillion, but that's nothing anymore. Oh, really? It affects price by 10. By 10, at least. So if you add $10 trillion of value to said current market, it's going to blow your mind. This is going to put Bitcoin into the top 3 assets in the face of the planet. I mean, the only thing bigger is going to be like, I think it still won't be at the gold market, but it won't be at the dollar market yet. But it will have consumed all the other markets to that level. Because these people, and I'm talking about people all around the world, the wealthiest people in the world, are buying Bitcoin. Yeah, they're buying gold too, but they're buying way more Bitcoin, and they're buying way more crypto. Because in particular, if you know anything about what's going on over the Middle East, they believe in XRP. And I don't care if you're not an XRP fan. Good for you. You're probably going to do well too with Cardano or whatever the other coin is. I probably own that one too. But you're going to crush it. I don't know when. And I want us to stop thinking about bull markets in a year or two span. But that's a whole different video. I'm going to do that coming up soon. But bull markets are going to last longer. And the dips aren't going to be as severe. And the spikes going up aren't going to be as dramatic. But the steady go up, chart move from bottom left to upper right is going to be more steady and more concise and more accurate than ever before. And that's just my 2 cents. So what have you done right in your life? You got into crypto. What else have you done right? Probably a lot of things. But what you really need to do right now is to stop watching this old man, and you need to go out and you need to have a lot of fun with your family, with your friends, with your neighbors, and get outside and enjoy the day. It's a beautiful weekend, and I can't wait to talk to you guys next week, and we'll see what unfolds in this beautiful world of crypto in which we're all involved. All right, guys, I love you all very much, and I will be back soon. So, you know, this Crystal chick, who's Crystal anyway? You know what I mean? I never dated a Crystal. I never dated her sister. I don't know her family. And I certainly wouldn't know whether or not she's got balls. How would I know that? Who knew that Crystal had balls? I don't get it. It's just beyond me. I wouldn't want to find out, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, well, why does that go through my mind in the middle of the day? I really am old. I'm old. Why do I think old man jokes are funny? Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. It's still recording? Damn it.